Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Tarps Off. I'm going to review for the March 21st, I believe. Yep. NHL Games. So 11 games on the docket. We're going to start off with Tampa Bay and San Jose. So in the first period, Nick Paul opens up the scoring for the Lightning at 4:53 the first from Victor Hedman and Nikita Kucherov. William Eklund would tie it up at 7:21 from Jacob McDonald. Second period, there's no scoring. Third period, Braden Point scores 34 seconds in from Kucherov and Stamkos on the power play. Duclair would score against his former team at 6:50 from Kucherov and Braden Point. And then Point would score again at 14:02 from Kucherov and Duclair. So Tampa Bay takes that one 4-1 over the Sharks. Chicago and Anaheim. In the first period, there's no scoring. Second period, at 3:10, Alex Killorn scores from Lindstrom and Vakanainen. At 9:34 the second, Brett Leeson scores for the Ducks from Ben Myers and Pavel Menchikov. Killorn would score at 18:26 the second from Brett Leeson and Zellweger. And then in the third period, Vetrano would score from Feller and Terry on the power play at 10:31. The Ducks take it 4-0 over Chicago. Buffalo and Edmonton. It's weird. First period at 1:38, JJ Paterka scores from Alex Tuck and Tage Thompson. Olofsson would then score to put the Sabres up 2-0 at 16:34 from Bowen Byram and Lucas Rozek. Draisaitl scored at 18:55 the first from White, Nugent, Hopkins, Bouchard on the power play. Second period, Ekholm would tie it up at 4:26 from McDavid and Bouchard. Paterka would put the Sabres back up by one at 16:56 from Connor Clifton. Hyman would tie it up again at 19:12 from Ekholm and McDavid. Third period, Nurse would score from Stetcher, former Canuck. Want him to come back. I hate the fact that he's on the Oilers. They score at 4:38. 5:40, Ekholm scores from Draisaitl and McDavid. At 15:18, Hyman scores again from McDavid and Draisaitl. At 16:58, McLeod would score from Brown, and then Brown would score from Carrick and CC at 19:51. Edmonton takes it 8-3. Moving on. Nashville versus Florida. In the first period, Gustav Nyquist scores from Philip Forsberg and Ryan O'Reilly at 17:47. Second period, Forsberg scores one of his own at 7:32 from Barry and Yossi on the power play. And in the third period, Forsberg scores his second of the game from Nyquist and O'Reilly at 14:19 of that period. Nashville takes it 3-0 over the Panthers. Philadelphia and Carolina. So in the first period, there's no scoring. Second period, at 3:56, Jordan Martinez scores from Natchez and Pesci. Lawton would score for the Flyers at 4:21 from Farabee and Brink. Chatfield would score from Aho and Orlov at 10:43 to put the Canes back up by one. Konecny would tie it up from Morgan Frost and Owen Tippett at 10:16 of the third period. And then Seth Jarvis would score a minute 28 into overtime from Brent Burns. The Canes take that 1-2 over the Flyers. St. Louis and Ottawa. So in the first period of this one, Brennan's side opens up the scoring at 11:54 the first from Kyrou and Kessel. That's Matthew Kessel, not Phil Kessel. Colton Parayko will then score at 14:57 from Kyrou and Saad. Second period of 4:34, Kastelik scores from Matthew Joseph for the Senators. Neighbors will score unassisted at 13:11 in the second period. Third period, Kubalik would score from Pinto and Giroux on the power play at 1:58. Kai would then score at 5:43 the third from Toropchenko and Buchnevich. And then Neighbors would score again unassisted into the empty net at 18:32. So the Blues take that one 5-2 over the Sens. Alright, Winnipeg and New Jersey. So in the first period, there's no scoring. Second period, Jack Hughes scores at 9 minutes from Heischer and Luke Hughes on the power play. Ehlers would score at 16:47 from Scheifele and DeMello to tie it up. Third period at 5:59, Nico Heischer scores from Timo Meyer and Luke Hughes on the power play. Jack Hughes to score again, 11:52 from Timo Meyer and Luke Hughes on the power play. And then 1911, Meyer would score from Hala and Heischer into the empty net to win it for the Devils 4-1. Rangers versus Bruins. In the first period, DeBrusk scores at 8:04 from Trent Frederick and Justin Brazeau. Second period, Panarin scores from Schneider and Lafreniere to tie it up at 7:58 of the second. 1925, Panarin scores again unassisted. Third period, at 3:17, Brazeau would score from Marchand and Boqvist. At 3:57 of the third, Fox scores from Gustafsson and Zibanejad. Zibanejad pots one later at 17:57 from Kreider and Trocheck into the empty net. And then Panarin would score the hat-trick goal at 19:08 from Adam Fox into the empty net. The Rangers take it 5-2 over Boston. The Islanders versus the Red Wings. In the first period, there's no scoring. Second period, 11:15, Christian Fischer scores from Rasmussen and Seider. Mike Riley would then score for the Islanders at 13:25 from McLean and Cizikas. Andrew Copp would give the Red Wings back the lead at 16 minutes from Fischer and Sherratt. Larkin would score from DeBrincat at 18:08 of the second to put them up by 2. Third period, Copp scores his second of the game. From Fischer and Rasmussen at 5:12 of the third. Patrick Kane would score 6:22 from DeBrincat and Gostisbehere. Pajot would then score from Pulock and Engvall at 9:34 on the power play. Barzal would then score at 11:20 from Pellich and Lee. And then Larkin would score from Raymond into the empty net at 16:15 in the third. The Red Wings take it 6-3. Moving on to Vegas and Seattle. Vegas wearing their Winter Classic jerseys. Just a little tidbit. First period at 8:14, Jack Eichel scores from Marchessault and McNabb. Second period, there's no scoring. Third period, Jaden Schwartz ties it up at 13:29 from Riker Evans and Oliver Bjorkstrand on the power play. Keegan Kolesar would then score from Brett Houghton and Nick Waugh at 18:40. Then in 1948, Stevenson scores from Braden McNabb into the empty net. Vegas takes it 3-1. And then my favorite game of the night, Vancouver and Montreal. In the first period, Nikita Zadorov scores at 15:38 from Ilya Mikheyev and Elias Lindholm. Then in 1933, Nikita Zadorov scores his second in the game from Ilya Mikheyev and Sam Lafferty. Second period, Connor Garland pots his second goal in as many games at 18:14 from Teddy Bluger. Bluger's still looking for a goal there, so if he gets one. 1907, Slavkovsky scores from Cole Caulfield to put the Canadians on board. Then in the third period, 11:44, Niels Oman scores from Tyler Myers and Vasily Podkolzin. Podkolzin getting his first point since he was called up. I thought this had 3 stars on it, but I guess no. Oh no, your 3 stars, Zadorov, Mikheyev, and Smith. 1, 2, 3. Vancouver wins 4-1. They go to 44-18-8 on the season and maintain first place in the Pacific and the West. So, happy days. So hit like if you liked it, subscribe if you like it, and I'll see you all a review of tonight's games tomorrow. Adios.